Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your full moon reading in Gemini for December 7th, 2022. The full moons are closing out a cycle. We're going to have a look at that. But first, I'm shaking this up just a little bit. I feel like something was missing in the other readings, and I kind of know what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a theme from the major arcana that is... it's what you're learning on a deeper inner level, on a spiritual level, on a energetic level. But it's the things in the outside world that are building our inner life and our spirit. And I think that's what's been missing for me with these readings. And I'm finding that they're working out very well. So let's find for you your theme for the next 2 to 4 weeks. You have the Hanged Man. So this is associated with the element of water. So emotion. The Hanged Man is in a state of repose. He is waiting. So things may not be moving a lot in the next 2 weeks on an outside world, external level, but there's a lot going on internally. And you are learning to see things from a different perspective, and you're learning to trust, because things are a bit out of your hands. And this is not a negative thing, because it is the divine that is driving this next 2 weeks. All right? So be prepared to see things from a new perspective. His head is enlightened. All that energy is going to his head. So there are new ways of perceiving situations. So what is closing out for you? The Nine of Wands. Difficult mental situations. It could be like a thought that gets away with you, and it just sort of runs rampant in your head, and lives there rent free. And it's hard to get it out. It's just a thought that goes over and over and over in your head. It can be true. It can be false. It does not matter. It just won't leave your mind, and you're continuously thinking about it. Now, also, I'm going to say that the Nine of Wands is very much about the astrological positionings, the planets, and how they're playing out in your life. And there is a major cycle that's ending now that could have been rather difficult. It could have had something to do with your passions, because we're looking at the wands, and what you were passionate about. Yeah, you have the Knight of Wands with that as well. So you're going to hear information. My Knight of Wands is information coming in and going out. You're going to hear some information that's going to change things for the better. That could be readings like this, but it could be things that are going on in the news, but it can also be messages, text messages, emails. It's usually electronic, so it can be the internet, but it's that kind of energy, and it really kicks things up a little bit. It makes... the Knight of Wands is a very erratic energy, and so it kind of, stirs things up, gets things dusty, but it is the end of something quite difficult for you. And with the Nine of Wands, it means that this was supposed to happen. There's something in it for you. How do you respond to this? You know what? No, I want to do one more card for this. Three of Swords. Yeah, it was something that was painful. It is this feeling of separation. It is heartache, but it's also recovering from a broken heart. And so here is the pain that you're experiencing. This is the recuperating, the energy, the recovering energy of it. So something you hear is going to help you to recover from this situation. How do you take this? How are you responding? With the Five of Pentacles. Now remember, you have the Hanged Man here. So this is about looking at things from another perspective. With the Five of Pentacles, it means that you have this It could be some physical instability that you are dealing with here, with this and this, or it could be something that you're very worried about, Sagittarius, on a physical level. It's also this feeling of being left out, not being included, or just feeling left out of society, feeling left out of a particular group, feeling left out of a family. The holidays are coming, so maybe there's this feeling of loneliness, that kind of energy. One way to look at this differently is the Five of Pentacles is saying that there is help there if you want it. There's the light behind you. There are, doorways, there's windows, there's somewhere you can go, but you are not seeing it, or you don't want to see it, or maybe that's just not where you want to go. But it is sort of a victim mentality, and we need to change the way we look at that to move forward. With this card, I'm also going to say that if there was a separation from a loved one or somebody left you, on a romantic level, it's about seeing the situation differently, about looking at it from another perspective. I'm going to pull another card for the Five of Pentacles. With the Nine of Pentacles. So I'll tell you this, if there's a financial situation, you will gain some finance. If it's a health situation, you will get some help with that as well. The Nine of Pentacles is a wish coming true. So it's kind of like make a wish. In this case, I feel like the Hangman is referring to the fact that things are not in your hands, especially here. And it is the divine that is making changes, but somehow this had to happen. And maybe it had to happen so that you could receive a wish. But there is a wish being granted. This is a strong, independent woman who through her own hard work has created a beautiful life for herself. Sometimes it's inheritance as well. The Ten of Pentacles definitely is, but this is somebody who's already received it and lives off the inheritance on a really wonderful life and way of living. So it just depends where you are at this moment. But with the Hangman there, things are not in your hands, and if something does come through, that's from the divine. Just saying. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles brings you to the Six of Pentacles. That instability makes you search for finding the stability. And whether that's searching out somebody who can help you out financially or physically with the Six of Pentacles, you get that. That's what you get. Even if you don't go looking for it, that's what you receive. You receive help. You receive a charitable hand. And that can come from a King of Cups. This is my Cancer card, but it is also a man who is, he has mastered his emotional life. And that doesn't mean he sets aside his emotions. It means that he uses them properly. And that is, if you're not feeling right about something, you're listening to your emotions. If it does feel good, you're listening to your emotions. You're using that as a gauge, but you're not letting it overcome you or overtake you. And that is maybe something that you need to learn here with the Hanged Man as well, right? Because emotional things happen, but this is the person who's gotten in control of their emotions. They have mastered their emotions. And there is something that you kind of need to do that as well with the Hanged Man. And to let your emotions serve you and not be the servant to your emotions. Interesting. In any case, you do get that helping hand. You do get somebody who's willing to extend their help, and it can come from a King of Cups. And if it does, watch what the King of Cups does. Watch how he deals with emotional situations as well. You can learn quite a bit from it. You have the Four of Wands. That's what Spirit wants you to know. And these are people who think like you, who act like you, who invite you into their world. It's a place where you feel comfortable. There can be gatherings and parties, and it is that time of season, so there can be celebrations. But on the biggest level, on the spiritual level, this is a rite of passage. This is something that everyone will go through in order to learn this big lesson of the Hanged Man and how to see things and perceive things differently, from a different angle. Just because something heavy is happening doesn't mean that it isn't supposed to be. And so what can you learn from it? What can you glean from this information? Don't waste a good opportunity of understanding and learning from something difficult that just happened. You get what you want anyway with the Nine of Pentacles. You get your wish. But that comes through understanding things from another perspective. And also, trust. The Hangman is the divine is driving here. It's the divine will, the hand of God. And so trust that even something difficult, something negative, something harsh has its opportunities. Okay, Sagittarius, I hope this has been helpful. I will be back in 2 weeks with a new moon reading, and I'm doing dailies, and I am working on a project for journaling with the tarot. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It will empower you and help you to maneuver and manage your own internal world. And I think that's a big thing. So, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Take good care.